Hey golfers, Pat Gorman here, and yes, I'm in the deep woods. I'm done with the workout, and I wanted to show you, as I get the mosquitoes off my ear, I wanted to show you the importance and the huge benefits of when you do drills that many times you have to do extreme versions of those drills to shock the body and the brain into, wow, I have to feel that. And tour players do this. You'll see them from time to time if they're working on a certain feel. Alex Noren comes to mind real quick. I mean, he has a rehearsal as he's playing tournament golf. He'll go like this so much with his hips and his chest because he's trying to really amplify the feeling in his hips to lead and rotate through to the target. And so his chest, arms, and the club are following that. And I've seen other tour players, when Tiger was going through some changes, you'd see him on the course doing some things like this here and then way over here to really amplify the feeling of the arm staying in front of the body. Now, the thing is, when you have extreme drills and why these are so beneficial, let's just say over here, these are the bad swings. These are the bad shots. Well, when you do an extreme version of a drill that's moving you in the right direction, let's just say the extreme feels over here. Well, if you do many reps of these, and I'm just asking for a couple, 3 sets of 10 or 15 a day, and this is going to take a little bit of time, but you're not going to go back to this. You're going to fall somewhere in here. And that's what you want. That's what the extreme version, that feel does, is it bounces you back here somewhere, but you're not going back to that. So for instance, let's just pick the typical slice, the dreaded slice that golfers just don't like. Way too much curve to the right for right-handers and vice versa for left-handers. So here would be an extreme version of that. And let me just say, when you're hitting a slice, and I'll use this tennis racket as to amplify the club face. So here would be the heel, here would be the toe. Well, when you're set up to it, the heel is winning the race. In fact, I'll just give students a very basic picture. I'll put a couple of golf balls down, create a little bit of a gate with some tees or golf balls, and just tell them, okay, where the ball is sitting, let's imagine that that is a black and white checkered finish line. Well, when you slice it, the heel is winning the race all day, every day. So we have to learn the feeling of what it's like to have the toe win the race. So here would be one extreme version of that. And I'm just focusing, again, this representing the club face. There's many golfers I work with. They relate better to the butt end of the club, and that's why I have a nail in this. And I'm going to show you with this little training aid as well. So if I just go ahead and set up, and I'm using the colored tennis ball to really help build the visual and with the feel. So if I'm set up at address, well, we've got to come back pretty close to this. But again, the extreme version is I'm used to having the heel win. I've got to make the toe win. So here's what you would do. You take it back and then you go real slow. And you want to focus on the right side of the arc as you come into impact. I'm going to use my right quad, my right leg actually behind that. And I want to feel and see the green part of the tennis ball so you can see how extreme this is. Would I ever hit a golf ball like this? No. But my habit is this. So we have to really get a real shock to the system and the brain of doing this. And we do it slow. And I would say just concentrate on the feeling of the right arm for a right-hander. You're going to feel like, okay, my right arm is straightening. And as it straightens, it's going to rotate. Look at my right palm is down. Slicers, palm stays up in the air. But again, you've got to work on the right side of the arc here into the ball. By the right quad, the ball tells you, oh, that's the old habit. So I've got to do this and do it slow. Couple sets of 10, 15 a day. I'm a big believer in mini chunks of practice every day, not big blocks of practice time. We have to, a lot of people just don't have that time. Now, if you're one of these golfers that reacts to the butt end of the club, great. I know that's helped me. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to concentrate on the right side of the arc, but I'm going to use the butt end. And there's no question when slicers, they just pull and drag the butt end way too long. See, look, it goes past my left hip. I started here, the butt end is essentially just right at my stomach. Definitely inside left hip. Slicers, it's like this. The butt end stays down the range too long. Look at the face. So you'd want to feel like, okay, I'm going back. Again, right here, I want to turning the butt end, turning the nail into my right quad. And look at the face. It will turn. You turn the butt end, I guarantee you this is turning. And a lot of golfers, they obviously want to swing fast. But fast without hitting the sweet spot is really pointless. It's a waste of energy. We have to get that combination of let's hit it solid first and then build up the speed. That's what anyone who's building skill, you go slow and then you gradually build up the speed to it. And just a quick little sidebar. Most golfers, they just pull the club through. Well, the club also has to rotate. So yes, we're pulling it, but we have to be turning it. So again, we've got to get this toe winning. Either focus on the butt end or the club face, the color of the tennis ball. Okay, now this. Okay, the old Packer pipe here. So I've got highlighting the butt end with this. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing now. Good posture position, going back. Yes, I'm letting my big muscles get a little head start, but now I'm going to react to the color. I saw two here. Okay, by my right quad before it. I got to see the green. Got to see the green earlier. Right there. See, and I'm letting my hips, my core still work. I'm not going like this. I'm never advocating, just stone like legs and core. I mean, that has to work. We're just isolating the hands and arms to rotate it earlier. Now I focus on the butt end of the club. Same thing. Okay, it's got to go into my quad. Turn it. Turn it. And that's just the feeling. It's going to take time. I mean, it'd be nice if it happened like the light switch, but you've got to go slow. A neuroscientist told me long ago, your brain wants to learn fast, you go slow to develop the skill. When you go too fast, brain learns really slow. Now, here's a little bonus for you. Again, you slicers, you've gotten used to here, lower body doesn't do much. We throw it out there and then we hold the face. So now here's what I'll make as part of my exercise. I'll put the ball right over this noodle and you can see it's in a little bit of an arc. So just one-handed, I'll go really slow, just right here. Now I've got to trace the noodle with the ball as it's turning. Well, this is definitely going to get rid of the path out here. Well, clearly if I do this, well, I'm nowhere near the noodle. So just here, a little footwork, core, feel that start, and then rotate it. So I see the green tennis ball over there. I'm tracing the noodle, getting that feel. So lots of simple ways that you can absolutely become a better ball striker. Say bye-bye to that slice by doing these drills, but you got to be super patient. You're trying to create new habits. You can't erase bad ones, unfortunately. We can only build new ones. So any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave those below. Thank you, subscribers, and all of you who share my videos. It's really appreciated. Until that next golf shot, enjoy the process of improving.